What's up, YouTube? Chevelle74US here, and today I want to talk to you about Ernst twist lock wrench rails. Finally been able to upgrade from these metal rails. Let's see if the upgrade's worth it. Let's talk about the things that sold me about these initially. Well, I like the fact that they're twist lock, that the sockets, they stay in place. You can see here, I could jostle these around pretty good, drop them, and they don't come loose. To remove the sockets, it's just quarter turn, and you remove the socket, and then you place it in. Now, another thing that I really liked about this was, over the different styles of socket rails, was that they come with labels, a huge assortment of labels actually, and the labels have the numbers printed in two places so that they're viewable from the top and viewable also from the sides. Now, some of the bigger sockets you're not going to be able to view because the sockets themselves obscure the view, but if you just lean over or look to the side or tilt the rail over, you could see them. But the biggest benefit to this is to easily identify if you have a missing socket. Right now, you have a missing socket, you know, boom, it's a 7/8 and it's a 3/8 socket. Another little upgrade I ended up doing was I took my label maker and I named all the drive sizes on here, because sometimes it is a little difficult to tell from just peering down what the socket drive size is going to be. So, quick little job with the label maker solved that issue. There are a couple of different ways that you could secure the socket rails. You can just have them standing up the way you see here. They also make these magnetic. They come with a magnet strip underneath, so it'll stick to your drawer. It won't slide around from closing the drawer or moving it around too much. What I liked, and I'm in the process of ordering these. This is called the Socket Boss. It's a tray where these lock onto, and to remove them, you just push this little tab right here, and then it slides right up, and then it comes out. And then, let's see if I get the angle over here. Put them in, they just slide them in, and it snaps right in. Probably easier to show with these metric sockets. Just push that little tab down, it unlocks it, and then you lift up. And that's all there's to it. You just line it up with these little tabs right here. And then slide it down, and you're locked in. Now, these half-inch drive impacts are pretty heavy, but as you can see, I could jostle them around pretty much, and they're not going to fall out. And they're pretty easy to pull out. Just a half turn, in, not even a half turn, a quarter turn. Quarter turn in, quarter turn out, and they're locked in. Ernst makes different types of mounting systems. They have this setup over here, which you could also use laying flat on your workbench drawer, or they have little holes so you could screw them to to the wall. You could screw them to the side of a cabinet, and then you just hang your rails off of that. So I've acquired a lot of extensions over the years, and I like to organize them by size instead of by drive, because then it's just easier to see. It's just, you know, I know the larger ones are on one end and they kind of cascade down, and then I have them within the size range. I have them organized by drive, and I had enough labels left where I could take the labels, and instead of using them to identify the socket size, I've used them here to identify the drive size, so I can easily see what drive extension I'm using. Now, obviously, I don't have a drawer that's tall enough to fit this standing up. I'm going to use this laying down, and you know, see how that works for me. Before that, I was just using the regular metal socket rails, and I would just pull them on and pull them off, but they'd always fall off and roll around in the drawer. So this is just a matter of, you know, when it's laying on its side, let's see if I can fit it over here. When it's laying on its side, it's just a matter of give it a little half twist, and then pulling it on, and then pulling it off. Same thing right here. Half twist, pull it on, twist it back on. You know, I'm sure there's slightly quicker ways, but for me, I think that this is going to work fine. Now, when it comes to labeling these, I will tell you that it is pretty tedious, and it took me a couple hours to label all of these, but once it's labeled, it's definitely worth it. Easily identifiable. I was surprised, considering the variety of sockets that I have, that I only found that the labels supplied only lacked 3 labels, and they're, you know, oddball sizes you don't use very much, like, you know, 25 30 seconds and 21 30 seconds and 19 30 seconds. So I just had to take out my label maker and make labels for those. But otherwise, I mean, it had just about every size socket and that you would use, with the exception of, you know, really big ones. I think it goes up to like 1 3/8 inch or something, but I'll roll into a clip right now showing you the labels, as well as my method for installing these. Another reason why I like these rails versus other different styles is that if I have a bolt, I can easily just kind of, you know, go over these and test them to see, oh, which one is it? Is it this one? Is it this one? And boom, I know right away 5/8. Some of the ones that have the peg or the post sticking out, you can't get a bolt in there. You actually have to remove it and test it by hand. But I feel that this is quicker. This is quicker this way. If I show you this style rail, this one isn't as bad as others because the posts don't go all the way up, but they go up pretty high, so you can't even really get the nut all the way in there. But another more popular tray style, which the name escapes me, but they're
Hansen
like
trays.
red. The posts go all the way up, and then instead of having the markings right here, the markings are up top, which are great because the markings aren't obscured, but you know, they also have their negatives too. Like those posts can get delicate and they could break off, and it's not as easy to test a nut to see what's gonna fit. But at the end of the day, it's really just a matter of preference and what works for you. I haven't put these in action yet. I just got these all situated here, but I think that this is gonna work out pretty great for my needs. It's nice to be able to just reach into the drawer and grab a couple of these and toss them in a bag. I don't have to worry. Oh, they're gonna, you know, the sockets are gonna fall out. They're gonna pop off. Or when I get my socket bosses in these black trays over here, I can take groups at a time. They come. You can order the trays to hold 2 rails or 3 rails, and they make them in the 13-inch version and the 18-inch versions. So another benefit over these metal rails is the ability of them standing up. These metal rails never did a good job about standing up unless you had them screwed down on something. So I always stored my sockets laying down, which took up a lot of space in the box. But you know, as you can see, I have a good amount of rails. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 rails. And, you know, they take up a little more than 17 inches. Actually, less than 17 inches because the rails don't go all the way back there. So, and then width-wise, this setup, about 25, 26 inches, a little less. It's not a big footprint. You can fit a whole lot of sockets in one space, and I think this is going to do a good job about consolidating some space and freeing up some more space in my top drawer where I keep all my my ratchets and sockets and things of that nature. Well, alright guys, that does it for this review. Please, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button right here. Check out my other videos here, and hit that like button. It goes a long way. Till next time.